Welcome into the front office. My name's Tony Lombardi, your host. I'm joined by Jeff Zrebiec from The Athletic and also with Brian McFarland from Russell Street Report. Welcome in, guys. How are you?
Good, Tony. How are you today?
Good, thanks. I wanted to let our listeners know that the front office is brought to you by lifestoryvids.com. Every individual has a unique story. Life Story Vids gives you the opportunity to document your legacy for your loved ones and the generations to come. And it's not as expensive as it sounds. So let's talk about the life story of Lamar Jackson to start things off with, guys. There's been a lot of talk about Lamar, and a lot of it has focused on either improving the passing offense or his contract. So let's talk about that contract because, you know, the Ravens have done a nice job this offseason, in my opinion, of surrounding him with better assets. The offensive line, on paper at least, looks like it's improved, and they've put some assets around the outside with the addition of Rashad Bateman and Sammy Watkins, and of course, Hollywood Brown going into his third season. So talk a little bit about Jeff from your perspective, because it seems to me that the Ravens really don't have the pedal to the metal when it comes to getting this deal done. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's interesting, guys. I mean, it's such a hard story to cover as a beat writer because who on Jackson's side do you even talk to? You know what I mean? Like, Jackson's not updating beat writers on the status. Jackson's mom doesn't ever do interviews. I don't think she's ever done an interview aside from the Heisman dinner when Lamar won. So you don't really hear from their perspective. And the Ravens are obviously being very quiet on theirs. This is very sensitive. You know, it's weird that it's kind of been treated like a formality in a lot of circles, like it's going to happen imminently. And I know what John Harbaugh said. I know what Eric DeCosta has said. But, you know, I also remember Eric DeCosta, the first thing he said about Lamar when he was asked about it this offseason was Lamar is patient. And to me, that resonated with me. I don't think the Ravens are any rush. I think they would like to get this done. But I also think they know it's kind of a sensitive deal, you know, and when you throw in him not having an agent and all that. So, you know, they want to get this right and, you know, continue this partnership for Lamar for the foreseeable future. But, you know, we're talking beaucoup bucks. So this is not just a deal that just happens overnight.
Brian, if they were to get this deal done before the season starts, what kind of numbers would you expect this to look like? And what might be the impact on the 2021 salary cap?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest scenario or problem there is that they don't have a lot of cap space to work with. His present cap space is about $3 million. They'd have to make it work so it doesn't go up much more than that. So they would, seemingly, if it's going to get done this year, you're looking at maybe a $10 million bonus. This year with $1 million base salary. He's already got a bonus proration from his rookie deal. That raises his cap number about 1.2 million. So that works out pretty well. And then next year, you're talking about an option bonus of 30 million, let's say. And he's on the books next year for close to 23. So they can actually, that kind of bonus, a bigger base salary, go up to maybe 10 million, something like that. And they could actually still save a couple million in cap space next year with some wiggle room. And you're probably adding, I think the most analogous deal for him is probably Deshaun Watson. His average about 39 a year. I think you'll see Lamar go to 40 or 41 a year, but that's new money. So he's due 25 over the next 10. And then the new money is the 160 for the new 4 years.
Jeff, do you get a sense, because this is kind of like a theory that I have, but that the Ravens want to see, we mentioned that they've added these assets offensively to help him be a better quarterback, particularly in the passing game. Do you think there might be a sense that they want to wait and see if these assets actually do improve the passing game before they make such a huge financial commitment?
That's a tough question to answer, Tony. I mean, that's certainly my theory and where I would stand. You know, look, I did a story on this a month or so ago, and yet every analyst I talked to said, why wait? What are you doing? Like, you know, this is a deal you want to get done. to me, I think there's something to be said for waiting a little. I'm not saying that this is what exactly they should do, but I don't think it's the worst thing in the world if they wait a bit and see. It's not just Lamar's progress as a passer and what Lamar does with his new weapons. It's, can this offense continue to stay ahead of the opposition, or is it going to hit a wall? People are going to catch up. They're going to have to do other things, evolve offensively, and it doesn't work out like they hoped, and they may have to go in a new in terms of what kind of style of offense. I mean, there's a lot of variables where I could see them saying, you know what, let's see this year. But that's not what they're saying. I mean, now, granted, what they're saying publicly could be different than what they're saying behind closed doors. But everybody I talk to seem to suggest that this is something they want to get done this offseason. I don't think I see the benefits of getting it done, make no mistake. But I also don't think it's going to be the worst thing in the world if they have to do it next offseason. Yeah, it may get more expensive, but you also will have more knowledge and better idea about salary caps going forward and where Lamar is at.
The front office is brought to you by lifestoryvids.com. Every individual has a unique story. Life Story Videos gives you the opportunity to document your legacy for your loved ones and generations to come. And it's not as expensive as it sounds. Check them out at lifestoryvids.com.